guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming at you guys with a non-tutorial video. It's actually going to be my top 6 foundations. I have 6 foundations in front of me. So I guess it's gonna be my top 6 foundations. I wanted to do this video for all you girls or guys out there that have problematic skin, that, you know, just need some foundation reviews and just need some foundation advice. If you feel like you just have problematic skin, this is gonna be geared towards you, just because that's what I have, and I have combo to oily skin as well. Throughout the years, I have built up my makeup collection, and I have had my fair share of foundations that work for me and that don't work for me, and I wanted to do this video because it was time to do a foundation review on what has worked for me and what I continue to use until this day. If you are newly into makeup and you just need to know a little bit more about foundations, you need to know what will be good for your skin, you know, what will help, kind of just some advice, this is going to be the video for you. I find that when I look for videos and I look for foundation reviews and just a little bit more information on foundations, I don't necessarily get the info that I am looking for. I definitely want someone to tell me exactly what the foundation does, exactly what to do in order to prep my skin for one foundation versus another foundation. I know too that a lot of oily people tend to be a little bit nervous when it comes to the dewy foundations, just because they think that they are oily, that they can't go ahead and wear a dewy foundation because it's just going to make their oil even more intense. But honestly, I find that as a total myth. I do not find that true at all. I suffer from extreme oily skin, especially in the summer. I get extremely oily and I need to blot a couple times a day, just depending on, you know, how I prep my skin and what I do after I apply my foundation. It's just, you just need to take proper steps is all you have to do. As long as you take proper care of your skin, you prep like you're supposed to prior to putting on the dewy foundation, and you know, you set after. No matter what, no matter if the foundation is a dewy foundation, and technically you're not supposed to set it because it takes away from the dewiness, set it, because throughout the day, if you are oily and extremely oily, it will come through, you know, it'll give you that nice dewy look that you're looking for, but not so over the top to where you're like, oh my god, I look like a freaking slip and slide, like this needs to go. Yeah, so that's basically what I look for when I look for foundation reviews. I want to quickly say I have 3 high-end foundations and 2 drugstore foundations. These are honestly foundations that I use daily, that I always go back to, and that I've never had any issues with. Even if I do decide to change up my skincare or prepping routine, these have never given me any issues. Okay, so the first foundation that I want to talk about is the ever so famous, it's actually 2 of them. It's the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and it's the matte and poreless and the dewy and smooth. I absolutely love these foundations. I don't use them together, obviously, because they're completely different results. This one is absolutely amazing. If you are looking for a good drugstore foundation that's going to give you that matte look and going to kind of just help conceal your pores, and is a medium to full coverage foundation, highly recommend this guy. It retails for, I believe, 12 to maybe 14 bucks. It is 1 fluid ounce, and it's just a great foundation. Love to wear this when I am looking for, obviously, a more mattified look. Definitely haven't had any issues with this guy ever. I actually am wearing this on my face today, and I mixed in like my Studio Fix, and I love the result. It does keep me nice and matte. This is absolutely amazing if you are looking for a matte poreless foundation that is very inexpensive and at the drugstore. Okay, so now the dewy and smooth one is just as great as well. I love this when I'm looking for a settled dewiness. This does have an SPF in it of 18. I don't mix this with anything because this is currently the perfect color for me. This is color 125 Nude Beige. Applies great, so smoothly. Overall looks amazing. You guys are probably wondering, like, oh well, if you're oily, why are you using a dewy foundation? So basically, when I use my dewy foundations, I have a prepping routine, and my prepping routine consists of washing my face, toning, applying any type of corrective color serum, and then I apply my moisturizer. But my moisturizer is not just any type of moisturizer. It is a gel-based moisturizer. So my favorite moisturizer I like to use when I'm using dewy foundations, and especially if it already has an SPF in it, I will go in with my Tatcha Balanced Pore Perfecting Water Gel Moisturizer. This stuff, you guys, is absolutely amazing if you have oily skin. This is going to give you the moisturization that you need. It's not going to be sticky. It's not going to be over the top like a cream moisturizer is. It's going to just give you enough of what you need pretty much. And it also has these 24 karat gold particles in it. So it gives you that nice kind of glowing look as well. But I just love it because it's made for oily skin people. It helps control your oil. This isn't like bulletproof gonna control my oil. I still do get a little bit oily throughout the day, but like I said, I can't help it. I just get oily in whatever it is that I use. But I really love the way this is on my skin. It's great. I do have sensitive skin as well, so you know, I haven't had any issues with this, but I do use a gel-based moisturizer if I'm going to be going in with a dewier foundation. Just because, like I said, I'm oily already, and I don't want to put so many things on my face to where the foundation just isn't going to sit right. It's going to melt throughout the day. It's going to slide everywhere. So I just make sure that I prep carefully. Also, a little tip is, I know a lot of people tend to buy moisturizer that has an SPF in it, or that they go in with SPF cream. But when I have a foundation that has SPF already in it, I don't use a cream-based SPF other than what's in the foundation. Just because, like I said, I have very oily skin already. I don't want to keep adding layers and layers and layers of different things on my face. You're going to have like too many layers, and your foundation is not going to sit truly on your face. So that is why I go in with just my water-based moisturizer, because it's not a cream, it's a gel, so it's going to seep into your skin, and it's just going to give you that moisturizer you need without feeling overpowering, you know? So that is my little tip as well. So the next drugstore foundations I'm going to talk about is L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This stuff is another dewy foundation. It's strictly made for normal to dry skin, but of course I don't care. I hear great things about this, so that is why I bought this. It also has an SPF 15 in it. It is a radiant finish, which does give you that radiant finish. It's claims to be 24-hour wear. I only wear my makeup for about 8 to 10 hours depending on what I'm doing, and it seems to hold up extremely well. I don't have any issues with it. The coverage is medium, which I do agree, you can build it up, and the texture is air light, and that's true. It doesn't feel like you have anything on your face. I really, really like this foundation. I used to use the Infallible matte one, but I don't use that. I feel like I just forgot about it, and since I forgot about it, I'm not all die hard for it. But this one I really, really do like. And I have the color 203 currently, but it is a little too light for me, so I picked up 206 because they didn't have 204 or 205 available. So I just go ahead and mix these in with each other, and it gives me the perfect color. Like I said, since again it is a dewy foundation, you need to make sure you prep properly and that you set. Also with the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth, I forgot to mention to set after you apply it. Well, obviously apply your foundation, apply your concealer. Any cream products that you're using, do that first, and then go ahead and set your whole face after, because for us oily people, if you don't set, it will seep through and it will begin to slide and break apart and just become a huge mess. So you need to set your face. I cannot say that enough. Set your face. This does retail, I think, for like $10 to $12, I want to say. It's not as expensive as the Maybelline. Yeah, those are great drugstore products and highly recommend those. So my third foundation that I absolutely love, and I am actually new to, is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. Now, when I first started off in makeup, I used to use the MAC Pro Longwear because I was anti foundations that were dewy because I was too scared. I wasn't really comfortable with my skin, or I didn't know enough information like I do now to go ahead and use a dewy foundation. So I would stay away from this because someone had told me, I think it was one of the workers there at the time, no, Studio isn't going to work for you because it's made directly for dry skin. Use the Pro Longwear since you are oily and you want a lot of coverage. That's going to be the best one for you. So I used Pro Longwear for about a year. I even used the concealer. Still a big fan of that, but not as much as I love my Studio Fix. I recently have been using this for probably about 3 months now. Oh my goodness, where have you been all my life? Absolutely love this foundation. Really great for my skin. I don't have any problems with it. The coverage is full, medium to full coverage. Applies like a dream, and I actually go in and set it with my Studio Fix powder. That is my powder foundation that I set all my foundations with. I don't know if that maybe has something to do with it, but I love my Studio Fix powder. I feel like that just has such a great setting effect in it. I don't know what it is, but it just sets my makeup so flawlessly, and it doesn't take away from any dewiness. It doesn't make me even more matte when I have my matte foundations. It just gives me such a great setting finish. I absolutely love it. So this is just hands-on one of my favorite foundations for sure, and I am the color NC20. I don't have any issues with any of these foundations seeping into my pores, breaking, caking, anything like that, and that's why I wanted to do this or top 6 foundations for problematic skin, because I haven't had any issues with, you know, the result of the foundation. That one's great, and this retails for $30 to $34, I want to say. Then the 5th foundation that I absolutely love, and it actually is another dewy foundation, is Josie Maran Vibrancy Fluid Foundation. Oh my goodness, you guys. I seen so many great reviews on this. I actually picked it up because one of my favorite YouTubers, Jaclyn Hale, she recommended this because she said that every skin type loves it, and that's what I was reading on the reviews. Almost every skin type loved it. It's absolutely amazing. It is very dewy though. It does give a very wet effect. It's not like gross wet, but you can totally tell that it's gonna look dewy throughout the day. I do make sure I set this bad boy, because if I don't set it, it will just look crazy wet on me. And like I said, oiliness is not gonna, it's gonna seep through, it's gonna slide, it's just gonna be all bad news. This is the color RG20. It actually is a little bit too light for me. I should have gone a shade darker, but I really don't like to mix in anything else with this because I do really like the outcome of how this looks. It just gives me that really good beaming, glowy look, and I have gotten a lot of compliments when I wear this. They say your face just looks a lot glowier, so I try not to mix this with any other foundation, but I do make sure I set this. And I'll go ahead and just make sure I bronze up really well. It looks like it matches somewhat. But love this foundation. This one actually is a little bit more pricier. It retails for $42, I want to say. I got it at Sephora. Absolutely love it. It does have a pump as well. It actually smells really good. It has argan oil in it, so I think that is maybe where it low intensity is a little bit more intense than, say, the, you know, obviously the drugstore dewy one, because it does have the oil in it. So that is another great foundation. If you are dry, you are gonna love this foundation. It's absolutely amazing. The finish of it is just so flawless. It's gonna give you that beaming, glowy look, and it's just an absolutely amazing foundation. And if you're oily, don't be scared to use it either. Like I said, you need to make sure you prep properly, you need to make sure you set, and you need to make sure you carry the powder with you in your purse, so that if you do get oily like I do, because it's inevitable, you blot and you powder and you are good to go. It's a great foundation. Love it, love it, love it. And last but not least, I have actually 2 foundations. Well, one's a foundation, one is a CC cream. They are both by IT Cosmetics. Now these are hands down, besides the MAC Studio Fix foundation, my holy grail favorite foundations. Like I cannot live without these. I've come to the conclusion that I will keep restocking these as long as I can, as long as I need to wear foundation, because they're absolutely amazing. So the first one I'm going to start off with is the Bye Bye foundation. Now, let me just quickly tell you, I discovered IT Cosmetics because of their Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, which I'm a diehard fan for. But that one is going to give you the fullest coverage imaginable. If you have extreme dark circles under your eyes, if you have shallowness, if you have veiny under eyes, go get the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, because it will change your life forever. It is such a great concealer. It is super full coverage. It isn't cakey. It blends so beautifully. It's just, and it gives you this really nice natural glow underneath your eye, like just a natural highlight. Like when I wear it, people, you know, I get compliments on it. It's just such a great under eye highlight. I love it, and I will continue to buy it. So yeah, so when I saw their Bye Bye foundation, I had to get it, and I absolutely love it. It's such a great foundation. It has an SPF of 50 in it, and it's a full coverage moisturizer as well. So it acts as a moisturizer, but I always moisturize any prior to that. Absolutely amazing. This coverage is bulletproof coverage. It is insane. It's like full coverage to like super full coverage. It covers every single thing that you need to cover. When I use this, I don't go in with any type of color correcting. I don't do any type of spot concealing. I just use this by itself, and it's absolutely amazing. You will love the end result. It's just such a great foundation. This is pricey. It is $40. Yeah, so this is absolutely amazing. Highly, highly, highly recommend this if you're looking for a very full coverage, one-step wonder kind of foundation. If you are the person who just wants to do moisturizer and a foundation, this is for you. You definitely will love this. Especially if you're oily, this is bulletproof. Bulletproof. Their other foundation, or it's not a foundation, I keep calling it a foundation, but it's not. It's actually their CC Illumination Cream. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. This is a color correcting, illuminating, full coverage cream. It is also anti-aging, hydrating serum. This does have an SPF of 50 as well. This just looks so beautiful on the skin. It's just so natural. There's just a subtle illumination to it. Super full coverage as well. It's just like the Bye Bye foundation, but it just has that illumination that the Bye Bye doesn't. This is matte. This is dewy. Love the CC cream. It might as well be a foundation because the coverage is out of this world. It's just as great as the Bye Bye one. So yeah, these are my top foundations besides the MAC Studio Fix foundation. So that I highly recommend for anyone with oily skin, or if you have dry skin, you can also try the CC Illumination Cream as well, since it's a little bit more of a dewy finish. But yeah, so those are all my top 6 foundations for any type of problematic skin, combo to oily skin. If you have any questions, please leave them all down below. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. Like I said, I am just here reviewing these because these are what worked for my skin type and what worked for what I look for in foundation. I'm very, very critical when it comes to foundations because I have such problematic skin. I have combo oily skin, I have acne prone skin, sensitive skin, large pores, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and texture. When I look for foundations, I need to make sure that it hits every single problem area that I have on my face. So anywho, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I will get to them. I will answer to the best of my knowledge as always. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye.